Hey guys, Hawk here. One of the videos I'm uploading to this newer channel, and the ones that I didn't re-upload from my old channel, of course, one of the ones, and I'm going to be reviewing because I did reviews on my other channel. I'm doing them here because I want to continue those. I'm going to be reviewing the some of the art of Seanmc. Uh, Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And the first piece I'm going to be reviewing is Close Up Loving the Music Remedy 2017. Now, if you see this red line stuff, this is stuff that I kind of did to kind of show earlier because I did it failed, so I had to restart, but I guess I could go off of this and what I was kind of going off from there. So here, this person seems to have a pretty solid style. I will say that, and I will really compliment that. A lot of things are really good, and I really like how it all looks together for them in general. However, I do have a few things I would say could use some improvement. And if you can see these hair things, that's one of the first. Now, I see that this person, I don't know if they're a guy or a girl, seems to have hair sticking kind of, if you look at how hair grows out of nowhere. See, what I put over here is that when you have a human head, you have an area where the bangs are and the sideburns and stuff like that. And, well, maybe not sideburns, maybe parts of hair and the bangs, and then the hair, there's a little like line, like a little hair line, I guess you could say. I don't know what it's really called, or the hair part, and then a little point in the back where this all it goes back to, and then all the hairs seem to kind of come from for the most part, although there can be multiple. However, for this, it just kind of seems to stick up the hair in a way that hair gel wouldn't necessarily do. I mean, I could see if you put like water, it could do this, and maybe then put hair gel, which could explain, but I feel something you could do is kind of make it still be like this. Not really changing it, but kind of lay a bit more naturally. This might be a bit of a nitpick, but I guess it's a little bit of a thing think could use a little improvement. Hair. Another thing I noticed is how far up on the head the eyebrows are. Now I do know that some people do have styles, and that works pretty good. I mean, I have style, you have a style, and it looks really nice. However, I do think the eyebrows could be a bit lower on the head because when you look at a head, which I put out here, the eyebrows are not really that far up from the eyes. And I don't know. It tends to make, although this could be just like an exaggerated expression, which is totally fine. I do feel it would look a bit more natural if it was a bit closer to the eyes because that's how it tends to be. I mean, you could still exaggerate and say do something like this, or whatever you wish. I mean, think the facial anatomy seems really nice. The eyes are in good distance from the ears, and they seem to kind of be on the same little bar. The facial anatomy is really nice. I just think the eyebrows could possibly be moved a little lower, although that's a bit of a nitpick. Another thing I noticed is kind of with the clothing. Now, you have a really nice way of doing clothing. I do like how you do folding clothes, the folds in the clothes, but if you notice, say this is the crappy arm drawing or whatever you want this to be. When you have a moving part to the body, the wrinkles tend to be a bit more there. And I did see this in a video, I might link it below. Just how folding, like how the folds go in clothing. They tend to say, see, I saw this, I'm going to link the video, look at it like a cylinder, like this. And the folds would kind of go around it, or the wrinkles would, I should say. I'm a little bit spacey today, sorry. Things happened. And I feel that maybe in the areas here you could have added a bit more wrinkles for the clothing. I think it just, I don't know. I mean, I think it would work pretty nicely with the style. Overall, things seem pretty solid. I really do like your artwork. And here I can tell it's just kind of like a sketch, so I'm not really gonna go too much on that. The next piece I'm going to review is this piece, and this piece is known as Just a Happy Ruaro C. Chapman 1994. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. But Sean Chapman, C. Chapman, sorry. I tend to really mispronounce things. Well, I will say that this is pretty nice anthro piece. One thing I will notice is, again, the hair. It kind of seems to go a bit unnaturally from the head. I know it is an anthro, so it might work a little different due to ears and stuff like that. I just feel like, again, the whole hairline thing might work a little better, and say if you wanted to do that, you could do something like this. Something that might go a little bit more naturally along the head. However, this is just a suggestion. Another thing I've kind of noticed is move this over here. Sorry, so you can see this a little better. Here, you can't really tell. It kind of looks like both horns are like stuck together on the same area of the head. However, here, it kind of looks a little different, in my opinion. I feel that if you were to do horns, you could do this. However, I feel like they might go, even if they're a little bit higher up on the head. You could do the same thing and it would kind of look, I guess, a bit more natural on the head. Just a little suggestion. And again, the hair, just that. And again, I think like the clothing folds could be a little bit more natural. And I feel like the bangs probably could have been a little bit smoother, but overall it's pretty nice. I do like these sketchy, not as bad sketch, but like the sketched out look of this. I really do like the look of your pieces in pencil and or pen, whatever you tend to use. They do look really nice. I will say I like how you do eyes and clothes. They're really nice. Another thing I guess I'll be doing critiquing is show off draw with bother, don't even know, or Juan. Okay. I will say I do like all the phases. They're pretty cool. It's Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I like it. I like it a lot. Um, Something I guess I could say on here, although there isn't much to critique on this piece, I will say, is I guess that maybe I guess the next could possibly be a but tiny bit thicker, because yes, it's fine to have a thin neck style. It does work pretty well. However, when you notice on a head, the neck is only somewhat thicker than the overall head. But if you want to, I guess, do something so it doesn't look too thick, kind of trying to draw a cylinder, and so it's generally this, but it would look a tiny bit more natural. Something like this. It would still just be a little bit. Again, I think a little bit more clothing folds where the more movable parts would kind of be nice. And yeah, it still looks pretty nice though, I will say. Overall, it does look really nice. I guess, I don't know if that's the backside to a coat, but you could possibly add a little thing over here, because when you draw, say with legs, it's not like there's no other side. There's something in the back. I feel like that could work pretty nicely. And another thing I think that could, um, I don't know if there's another thing. Sorry, I'm rambling. I hope you can understand. Just some personal things happen that's kind of weirded me out. I don't really know the anatomy of these things, if that's supposed to be human, so I won't really comment. It looks pretty solid. Um, Overall, I think you have a really, really nice style. I really do like it. I just feel like maybe you could work on hair and the placement of that on the person. So hair, I guess clothing wrinkles and folds. I feel that you could work on that a little bit. And overall, that's what I just kind of think you could work on. And maybe just kind of the placement of the little things, but that's just nothing much. Everyone could work on that. Everyone has things to work on, including me. Um, but I just feel like overall, you have a really, really nice style. I really do like how you draw things. I was having actually a hard time, as you could see, finding things to critique on. And I had to really think about it even now when I kept redoing and redoing, which I did. Um, I still had a little trouble, so I that says something that you really do have a nice style, and where you have are going with this, or where you have, I don't know, sorry, I'm going off a little bit, but where you're going with this and what you have is really, really, really nice, and I encourage you to keep going, just like everyone else. Good job. Just work on hair and clothing folds and maybe placement of things in a tiny bit of anatomy, but hey, everyone can work on that. Overall, good job and sock out.